now, in the sun, in the rain, or even in the Hamatan, we're right here as soon as the clock strikes 7.
Yeah. Bam.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
it is? You know who that is, yeah?
Yes, I do.
That's my Kevin Hart impression. And this morning, we are excited and hopeful to welcome you to the penultimate show of 2022. Woohoo! Yay! Ah!
It's over, people. It's over. Literally, just one more day. Well, one more show.
One more show.
For us this year, and the year is done, and we're looking ahead to 2023 and all the great things it has in store for us.
Yeah, absolutely. But just
What
before
is
that
going
hour,
on?
we have you a grand show prepared just for you this morning. An hour and 45 minutes of
Yes, sir.
great goodness, great activity, great faces, great smiles, great energy, just to start your penultimate day for 2022 right.
Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We should also say good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone. So a lot of people are still coming out of that holiday, Christmas holiday mood.
Are they? Because I thought a lot of people were only just getting into the holiday because today I saw a lot of travelers and I'm like, okay, they want to catch for the new year,
Yeah.
you know, be with family outside Lagos or maybe outside the country. A lot of people were traveling today. I'm like, okay, that's
Just take care on the roads.
Careful.
Take care. And if you need to move around, we can always be right there with you. We're going to take another shot at giving you the show that you deserve during this particular season, right here on TVC.
Absolutely. You can find beauty every single where today, everywhere you look in the show. We are focusing, as always, on Thursdays.
Yeah.
And the creative side of Thursday, well, with us, you know, the Africana thing comes into play. We don't like to miss that.
So whatever form art takes, we're going to be displaying it here today, by God's grace, in all its expressions. My name is Titilayo Owinson.
My name is Mazino Appeal. Starting from us here, you look fantastic today. Love the
Thank you.
red and the
Thank you.
green. And there is a debate going on,
Thank
by
you,
the
thank
way,
you.
which we'll let you guys in on when we start the show, on exactly what color is what color. But do stay tuned to be a part of that one. You can stream the show live, entertainment, tvcentertainment.tv, and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Follow us on social media at TVC Connect, and also download the app. Follow us anywhere or take us anywhere you want to go. It's available on iOS and on Google Play Store.
All right. So if you would like to watch us on your TV sets, GOTV channel 27 is what you should look for, or UHF channel 49. Now let's tell you what's happening throughout the show. We're going to start off with Book Chat. The author of 14 Days MBA, Bolaji Babalola, is going to be here with us. He's also a business and leadership development coach and capacity building strategist. It's going to be an interesting conversation. You don't want to miss it.
We will be showcasing the vibrant artworks of Ni Ogunkunle, who majored in sculpture and minored in graphics design at the Federal College of Technology Education, ACA, and has participated in over 22 group exhibitions so far. We can't wait to have that conversation with him on a Thursday.
All right,
welcome.
Then. It's almost over.
Almost over. I am so excited for today's show. So excited. You should be excited too, because today on Facebook we have something very special. I don't think we've done this before, but we're going to be picking our very first commenter, our very first comment, whoever it is, as our winner for today's show. Is that easy? You don't need to say nothing. Just be the first person to say good morning, Mazino and Titi. And
make it creative, make it nice.
Add
make
the
it
extra.
nice.
Add the extra.
Be extra about it. There's just a lot to be thankful for. A lot to be thankful for. On days like this, the fact that you're here, you're healthy, you're able to breathe the fresh air, you're not in the hospital, you're not going to pay some bill or something like, just be grateful.
I think I'm going to take today as my appreciation day. Everybody who's, helped through the 2022 it turned out better than I thought. For me, and for everybody, generally, I think it was a great year. And I think there's so many people who have touched my life of my family, professionally as well, that I think I need to somehow reach out and say thank you to. Let me start here by saying thank you to everybody who's behind the cameras. Everybody who's, upstairs the day before preparing the show and all of that. Thank you to everybody out there. Even the people who we don't see eye to eye, but we kind of still have to do activities together. I don't mean that we're quarreling. I mean we don't see, physically, but it's just such a beautiful year, and I'm so glad, so happy. I think 2022 was a year for me to learn and unlearn so many things. And I'm going to make a promise here on the show, right here, right now, that this will be the very last show that I will be sat like this, because after watching so many clips, this is my exact position. Every single time.
It's not a bad pose.
While I like it, while I think it's grand,
it looks okay on
I think it's a bit too, you know. So as from now on, I'm gonna be pulling a mic on you guys.
Why? You're gonna be what? Sitting all stiff?
Yeah, like that, like Mike.
Yeah.
That's me from
maybe
after now.
not optimal, but I will be sending you my account details for your appreciation. Yes. You know, it's about time I got some of that appreciation, Mazido.
I see where you go with that.
Yeah, no Allah. It's fine. It's fine. But to more blessings in showers. And hopefully it won't be showering today.
News here for Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mazino Peel. Now we begin from the nation's capital, where the Nigerian Senate steps down President Buhari's request to approve 22.7 trillion naira of ways and means advances for further legislative action. But the Senate approved 819 billion naira to be excised over a 40-year tenure with an interest rate of 9% from an additional 1 trillion ways and means advance. The approved money is scheduled to fund the 2022 supplementary budgets already approved by the National Assembly. National Assembly correspondent Tijesu Adeoye reports.
Wednesday's plenary at the Upper Legislative Chamber turned rowdy when it was time to consider its Finance Committee's report on Mr. President's request of 22.7 trillion naira and an additional 1 trillion naira for ways and means advances. President Buhari had, in a letter to the Senate last week, explained that the ways and means advances by the Central Bank of Nigeria to the federal government has been a funding option to the federal government to cater for short-term or emergency finance to fund delayed government expected cash receipts of fiscal deficit.
That these Senate do receive and consider the report of the Senate Committee on Finance on the report of restructuring of ways and means advances 2023. Mr. President, distinguished colleague, I so move.
The lawmakers made reference to their standing rules, the Constitution, and the CBN Act, arguing that the committee's report does not contain the details for which the monies will be expended and as such should be considered unconstitutional.
I don't know where the law comes from, where we have to spend money or restructure expenditures through ways and means.
Mr. President, it will be an abuse of our personal selves and against our privilege that we come here and it was requested that we have spent this money on behalf of Nigerians.
After an executive session, the Senate stepped down Mr. President's request for further legislative scrutiny, only permitting 819 billion naira to fund the 2022 supplementary budget.
It is only right that, having agreed at the closed session, that we take it as we agreed in the closed session. And the understanding in the closed session was that the 819 will be excised.
The Senate urged the relevant agencies, including the Central Bank of Nigeria, to appear before its committee with its necessary documents of expenditure for further scrutiny and legislative action. Tijesu Adeoye, TVC News.
Welcome back. We're taking a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the dailies right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Oyiso, and today is Thursday, December 29th, 2022. On the cover of the Nation newspaper this morning, it says, 2023, Wike Makinde, others foreclose support for Atiku. It also says here, G5 governors reject peace offer from South-South leaders. And the story starts there on the cover and wraps up on page 3. It also says here, right at the top left of the paper, it says Buhari's Oshibajo's sons in Tinubu campaign. It says IG orders suspension of killer ASP Vandi. Police need reform. New Naira note. Senate urges CBN to shift deadline to June 30th. Page 7 has more on that. It also says here, ex-Pope Benedict situation critical, says Pope Francis. EFCC to auction 61 flats. Page 2 has more on that. National Assembly raises budget 2023 by 1.32 trillion naira. And Ohaneze, President Obiozo, dies at 80. Uzodima, others mourn. We have here also at the bottom, it says 3 policemen, 11 others die in Ogun, Niger accidents, and gunmen bomb police station. Page 3 has more on that. And that's all we have time for on the cover of The Nation. It says on the cover of the Daily Trust, after selling 649 vehicles, EFCC auctions 160 houses, lands worth billions of naira. Dezani ex-NIA DG's houses, others up for grabs. Government agencies, others to enjoy first right of refusal. Experts commend decision, advocate due process. And it says here, we'll announce revenue from sales soon, according to spokesman. Beneath the masthead there, says fiscal activities that shaped Nigeria's economy in 2022. Story is there on page 20. Nigerian refugees turned taxi drivers sacked from Niger Republic. Bandits kill 14, abduct 81 in Sokoto and Katsina. And let's see what else we have here. It says here, I'm fed up with my marriage. Ganduje's daughter tells court. Reps to ASU, Bajabiamila didn't deceive you. National Assembly raises 2023 budget by 1.3 trillion naira. And here it says, exploring 6th century-old link between Kano and Algerian scholar Al-Maghili. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Trust. We have with us the Guardian newspaper as well. It says here, Person of the Year 2022. And it has an extensive story, cover story there of the Russia-Ukrainian war, quoting, "We are all victims." Now, that is the major story right there on the cover of The Guardian this morning. And it's by Martins Oloja, the managing director and editor-in-chief. A Calabar Carnival tragedy, apparently. Death toll now 8. Relatives narrate ordeal. Afenifere tasked NICOM on 200% hike in insurance fee. And Wike killed Igbo presidency, says Ohaneze youth. And that's how we wrap it up on the covers of the papers for this morning.
Morning and welcome again.
Yes, indeed.
Hello, MM. That's a very bright dress.
Thank you very much. It's the ready-to-wear brand by MM.
Of course. Ready to wear by MM.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Now, when it comes to going online and looking out for stories, you know, you come across some things that you're like, yeah, it's just surface. But then you come across some stories that actually touch you and hit home. And there was one exactly, right? Especially with regards
the trauma alert.
Especially with regards how strict your parents or family were when growing up. Okay. Now, during the Christmas period, you know, parents sort of just let loose, and when kids demand things, you're like, oh yeah, take it. Oh yeah, take it. Oh yeah, don't worry, I'll buy it for you. But when we were growing up, was it like that? So was it like that at all?
So no. I'm sure you came, because I think I came across the same thread.
Yes.
Maybe a different one, but about strict parenting.
Yeah.
And its impact on children as adults, as we are now, what we do now, that's is a result of our parents' strictness.
Of course.
Raising us up. That is not exactly to our advantage, or was never to our advantage as grown-ups. I don't know if you want to read that one first.
Yes, I'm going to read it out.
Because I have something I want to...
Okay, so the tweet goes like this. Having grown up in a strict home, I've become a pretty good liar, a sneaky person, and the amount of dash that I've gotten away with because of my talent to deceive people in authority, mastered this from childhood.
Not exactly a good thing, even if she's gotten away with it and gotten some few perks from it.
Yeah.
But the thread I read, this lady talked about the fact that growing up only became something that they did after their 30s because of the way that they were raised by strict parents, where they had to pander to favors or try to get, self-confidence is something that goes... It's not something that actually helps you grow. It's not.
It keeps you a child.
It keeps you a child for a very long time.
I don't agree. I do not agree at all.
Let me, Titi.
Yeah, I had a very good friend in school, in the university, Trauma. I remember her vividly. Her parents were strict to the teeth.
Okay. I'm going to go on this one.
Very strict. This girl gets into the university and it was as if the floodgates of freedom had been opened onto her. Everything that she wanted to do, she did it. I'm going somewhere. Now I compared her because, I mean, because she became quite an
icon.
That conversation came up several times. Oh, that her mom is so strict. Can you imagine things that she does? And I'm like, my parents are very strict. But there are times I was very disciplined. I was a very disciplined child. As a matter of fact, I'm the opposite of what I was back then in school. And I think it really, really shaped who I am. I think we leave too much responsibilities to the parents as to how a child should be. Because we forget that when you become an adult, once you're 18, the choices that you make are very critical. And we make a lot of choices even as children.
Okay.
So are you of the opinion that child will go spoil, go spoil?
It goes spoil.
So, you see, the basis upon which you guys are, I don't want to say arguing, are talking, is you're using one indices, one factor to judge, and that is morals.
Okay.
It's not just morals that's affected.
Okay.
It's your self-confidence, it's your ability to make choices, good choices, the right choices, take risks.
Okay. Business acumen.
Mazino, they're all interwoven. It's not just based on the morals.
Let me tell you something.
Now.
Let me tell you something. Have you ever interrogated, to use a big word, a kid who grew up in a stern home and a kid who grew up in a very, liberal, almost liberal home? There's one certain thing that differentiates them. Look into the eye of the kid and say, what is your name? First thing, they can't look you in the eye.
They look down.
My name is Chidera, and then they kick their feet. Ask a kid who grew up in a somewhat liberal home. My name is Rain.
Yes.
That little one small,
that bit of confidence
changes their entire life because you will carry that on even onto your corporate life. You can't stand, people are scared of interviews. Why?
Yes.
Because of what their parents did to them.
But guess what?
They're scared of authority.
I understand the place of trauma.
There are some kids now that are over-liberated. And there's a fine line.
Look
at the child.
Who's playing this music? Don't play this music. What the
There's a particular child that wrote a letter to Santa.
I saw that too.
Threatening Santa that if he does not send him he asked for 2 gifts. And he sent 1. If he doesn't send the second one, that Santa will see.
That's not over.
No, but that confidence that the child had to even return letter to, like Santa wrote back.
One of them said, "Your beard doesn't scare me."
Your beard doesn't scare me.
Like, I like
that. It comes from a place of intelligence. If you ask
your intelligence is also a factor that wanes when your parents are overly strict.
No, I don't agree with you, Massino. I do not agree with you. I have also seen. I also grew up with people whose parents were very strict, and they were overtly intelligent. They were so smart.
There are
listen. We experience different people in our journeys to life, right?
Yes.
People who would talk to us about our self-esteem, people who would talk to us about our confidence, people who would talk to us about, being street smart, different things, right? And like I said, I remember saying this yesterday, that everybody has a role to play when it comes to a child's development, right? But then, too much responsibility is left on the parents. The child too should be able to determine what they want to do.
Now, who send their walk with their ball picking?
We have seen parents who are very liberal, and their children grow up to be very spoiled.
It's our responsibility as parents.
Spoiled.
It's our responsibility.
Wait, I'm going to go back to child will go spoil, go spoil. The reason why I'm saying that is because this over-liberalization is what is affecting religion, is affecting people's mentality regarding their sex.
Look at the children of today.
No, seriously.
Look at the children
there
of
are some
today.
children. So
I love the children of today.
They're arrogant. They don't know where to separate self-confidence from arrogance.
I love the Gen Z.
They believe that they know so much.
I wish I was Gen Z.
They think they know so much. But to be honest, they haven't even given themselves a chance to learn. You have to be able to learn and experience things. And from that learning and from that experience, that is what shapes you.
See,
that's what helps you to be better.
On a final note, I promise I'm not going to say anything after this, Director. On a final note, to be able to learn, you need an open mind.
See,
we are not
don't
afforded.
spend that rod. If the child misbehaves, you take that rod and you discipline them.
By all means, do.
I'm not saying you beat them till they injure themselves. So
by all means,
discipline.
But leave allowance for them to learn, like you said. If you cage them too much,
I'm taking nuggets from both sides,
balance.
and we're putting them right there on social media for you. Please use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Strict or not so strict?
To be strict or not to be?
Yeah,
strict. We'll be right back, people. Stay with us.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Now, you've brought something especially savory for us today. Yep. And you've put a lot of seafood down here, but you need to tell us the name of the dish we're preparing today.
Creamy seafood fusilli.
Creamy seafood fusilli.
Yep.
Okay, so what is fusilli, first of all?
Fusilli is a pasta of a combination of other pastas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Combination of different types of pasta?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Varieties.
All right. Now, there's pasta here. Everyone is familiar with pasta. We eat a lot of pasta here, you know, spaghetti, macaroni. So this is fusilli.
This is fusilli, yeah.
All right, okay. The twisted one, the one that looks like springs.
Corkscrew.
Corkscrews.
Yeah, sure.
All right, interesting. All right, so we have our pasta standing by, and then there's some vegetables here as well. Sure. So what are our vegetables?
We have cauliflower.
Okay.
We have broccoli, we have carrots, we have onions, and we have spicy pepper.
Okay.
And we have garlic and ginger.
Garlic, ginger,
yep.
Spicy pepper, onions, broccoli and cauliflower. Why both? Why not just one of these?
Because it's the same combination, and probably if you use it, you will like it. It's a nice combination.
All right, then.
Sure.
So now let's talk seafood.
Yeah, we have here, fish. Croaker fish.
We have...
croaker fish. Fillets.
Filet croaker.
Fillet, yeah.
Okay.
And we have calamari, and here we have tiger prawns.
So the tiger prawns now, I can see that, you know, they look very fresh. They're very dark.
Sure.
Did you do anything to the prawns earlier on?
No, not really.
Not at all?
Yeah, sure.
You just deshelled it?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what we can do here.
Okay.
So now you have this prawn, not marinated, not touched at all.
At all.
But then you have something else here.
That's calamari.
Calamari. So what exactly is calamari? Please explain to us.
Calamari is a seafood. It's seafood dish.
Okay.
Meat. Yeah.
So it's very close to shrimp. Yes.
Shrimp, prawns, fish, and all of that.
All right. Okay. No wahala. All right. So let's do this. What do we do with this calamari and seafood right now?
First of all, we are going to slice it.
Okay, let's start slicing, shall we?
Where is my...
Okay, your knife? You have your knife with you? Let's find a knife. So I know that when it comes to pasta, it doesn't take too long to cook.
No, this one takes 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so let's move some of these things around so that you can get chopping. But is there anything we need to know about calamari?
Yeah, calamari. Yeah, calamari is like I told you, it's seafood, just like prawns, and it lives inside the water. We don't see it outside the water.
Okay.
It lives inside the water, and most times we only use it only for seafood.
Okay. Right.
Seafood dish, yeah.
Seafood dishes.
Yeah, and it's very good because it gives us a nice aroma.
Okay.
Yeah, and we apply to our dishes.
So is it easy to find calamari in the market, or is it specific market?
Yeah, a specific market, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, not all the markets.
Okay, fantastic.
So I'm done with this.
Okay, we have that. Now we have our seafood. So the tails are coming off.
Sure.
Okay. And then you give it a slice down the middle. All right. So your I think this is what they call butterflying the prawns. Ah, okay.
We crumb it. We crumb it. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm looking at the whole process there. Slice it down the middle and then chop it into chunks.
Chunks, yeah.
All right. So while Chef Ben is doing this, we are going to go for a performance. There's still so much happening right here in the kitchen, so stay with us.
Back, it's a Thursday, and Thursdays are known for its artsy bits. And, well, today we are being joined by a very, very interesting person with vibrant artworks. And these are by Ni Ogunkule, who majored in sculpture and minored in graphic designs at the Federal College of Technical Education, Akaka, and has participated in over 22 group exhibitions. You are welcome, Mr. Ni. Good to have you here.
Good morning.
You look nothing like your art. I'll take you for like a lecturer or something like that.
Yeah,
People say that about you.
Yeah.
Good to have you here. And it's good to be surrounded by your artwork. First of all, I want to say that, before we get into them, I am overwhelmed by the sheer dynamicism of all of them because they have different formats, even if they're all on canvas. But first of all, how would you describe your kind of art?
Well, I'm a kind of artist that I like to play with different medium. I like to make research, turn some scratch to wet so that people will enjoy what they think is not useful again.
Yeah, wow. So you take all these raw materials that people might think that is
it's not
and you turn it into pieces like this. I want to take a look at this one, which is something similar to that one, but what is this called? What's the name of this?
The title of this one called My Script.
My Script.
My Script. If you look at the education generally, as a student, by the time they write the exam or text, by the time you give them the results, some people happy, some people make sad, and after that, if you look at it under 2 or 3 minutes, you will find some script on the floor.
Yeah.
Because maybe they are not doing good, or maybe they are not
just
satisfied, or they are
exactly.
not. They just throw it away.
I wanted to point out to everybody who's watching right now that about this piece of work here is actually made from, these are scripts, examination papers. I can see this person got 15 over 100 here. Very unhappy person he must be. But the material is actually script from exam papers, marked ones and all of that. And that's what you use to form the painting. There is a painting on it, as you can see. But is this still canvas or is it made out of these pieces of paper here?
It's made on canvas.
It's pasted on canvas and then oil on the script. It's amazing, man. That is beautiful. It's also quite similar to the one we have here. And I think it's my best one. I think I love it because of the kids in NYSC uniform. Tell us about that one. What's it called?
Well, the inspiration behind that one is because I look at the way the ASO and the education generally in this country it is. After some years in an institution, some will be with a lot of strikes, a lot of stress, a lot of everything. And at the end of the day, by the time they went to NYSC, you see, they didn't post me to where I'm supposed to go to. I have to do this, I have to do that. Before you know, the lady has get pregnant. So along the journey, at the end of the day, they give her the certificate. It's already a baby. So
I see that.
And I look at it, some of them, by the time they are showing the uniform, they are showing the uniform from the baby.
For the baby as well. So that's the baby NYSC. When I first saw it, a different translation came to me. You know this thing they tell you when you go to look for a job and they say, oh, we need 10 years experience. Where should I get the experience from? That means by the time I'm a baby, I should already be in NYSC uniform. That's the way I saw it. But it's amazing that we have different translations, but they still work. Yeah. And like I said, the kids on there are also posted, or rather they're also kind of like painted on scripts as well.
Yeah.
These are written handwritings. Whose handwritings are those? Whose scripts are those? Where did you get those from?
Actually, I'm a teacher.
Oh.
I'm a teacher, so I have different kind of paper and the scripts with me. So I make use of those paper.
Okay.
So I don't find it difficult to see different of
brilliant
paper.
use, and I'm sure that your students are finding appreciation in that. Now, there are other forms of paintings that you have here that are very different from that. Now, I noticed that you also have brought along with you something.
Yeah.
Now, what is that exactly, and how does it relate to the paintings that we have?
I'm a kind of artist that I don't like a smooth surface.
Okay.
I like a rough surface. So
you don't like peace, you like war all the time.
So I decide to texture my canvas before I draw and before I paint. But I don't like to use something that is common.
Okay.
Something that is common. I like to use something that is some people look at it that, how did you get it? How do we come across this? So I make a lot of experiments and I preserve it, work on it to see what is going to give it to
That's
me.
one of your
So this is one of
medium?
my texture.
The texture.
That I
What
use.
is it? Can I take a look at it? I would love to just touch it while it's in there so I don't get... What is it exactly? It looks like earth. It looks like
That is termite egg.
termite eggs.
No, that's the wood that is rust.
Exactly.
There are some dust.
The little...
that
Yeah,
come out
I get
from
it.
So that's what I packed
wow.
together.
Oh, wow. That is interesting. So this makes
The texture
surface.
of the surface of it.
Before you start painting. So you have to glue it on it.
Yeah.
So what's the glue that you use? Just
I use normal glue.
And then it's able to absorb the paint when you paint it?
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. So how do you go about finding this material? Because it's going to be hard to get.
Yeah, this material is around everywhere, but majority of people don't.
We just sweep it away.
Sweep it away. They don't look at
I can
it.
feel its granular nature and very coarse, and so I can imagine that it will be good to paint on. Oh, that's grand. But talk to us about that painting there, which you used it on.
And the title of that painting is Aniwura.
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 Okay. Can we get a look at that painting there? It's a very nice one.
Aniwura. If I'm going to translate it, is that we have a treasure. You know, a baby is a treasure. So, and it's a baby girl. So it's something that you need to be.
That's a beautiful painting.
So that's the reason why I name it.
Yeah, that's the painting on the far left of your screen there. Now, what you can't feel, if only television was 3D, is that if you were to touch this painting, it's very rough on the surface, and it's so real. It actually adds to the experience of it. I mean, all your painting have very interesting experiences. I also have this one right here. Can you explain to us the title and what this one is? It's the same texture with a termite thing, yeah?
Same texture.
What is it?
The title of that one is Irepa Season.
Say again?
Irepa Season 2.
Irepa Season 2. Okay, where's Season 1?
Season 1.
They bought it at B?
It's around somewhere.
It's around somewhere, okay. So Irepa means?
Child play,
rough play. Rough play. Okay. I thought that was Irekere.
No, Irekere is different from Irepa.
What's Irekere?
Irekere is that when you are climbing some place that is higher than.
Oh, okay. So this is Irepa.
Irepa.
Rough play. Like you said, you don't like it smooth, you like it rough. These are very beautiful entries for your expressions. Now, the hard question is, how do people embrace it, one, and how much do you charge them? Let's start about how do people love your picture? Do they ask for more? Do they want you to do something even crazier, even bigger, even rougher?
Well, we are still trying.
Yeah, we all are.
Still trying. Well, at the end of we have a lot of people that appreciate the work.
Nice. And how much does a painting like this go for?
Well, it depends on where the painting it is.
Really? So that's also a factor?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What's the most you've sold a painting?
500,000.
500,000. That's grand. I mean, maybe I can patronize you. That's very interesting. You've been to 22 exhibitions?
More than 22.
Now, compared with everybody else that you have met, how does your art stand out? What makes you different from everybody else at these exhibitions?
In my exhibition, I've been doing different kind of medium. Wherever anything I exhibit in this...
We can see a couple of them on the screen.
Wherever anything I exhibit in this exhibition, I won't exhibit it in another exhibition.
Oh, really?
So
how fast do you come up with these ideas, these paintings, these
it's not something that is easy, but I used to make research every day and night on it.
Interesting. We're taking a look at some of your work on the screen now, and they are very, very many. So I can imagine when you say that you come up with these things, every exhibition is a new one. I believe you there because you have quite a lot of them, and they all have totally different stories that they are telling. You also are a trained graphics designer. Does that play any role in your paintings at all?
Yes. I'm a graphic designer. I use my system to make like this youth copper.
Yeah, two baby copper.
The image is one.
Oh.
So I use my system to make it two before I draw it.
Okay. So you first of all have to know the design that you're about to draw. So that means that you're going to have to design it on your system before you now put it into work of art like we see it. Manny, that's just fantastic. You are a grand artist. I think that your paintings, I would like to have one of them hanging on my wall at home, but I don't know, is that money that... Well, congratulations, and it's good to have you here. We're looking forward to more of your exhibitions and more of your appearance here on Wake Up Niger. So if you've got new stuff, please share them. We would love to see them.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nee. Just hang in there. Let's move on now to the kitchen, where I am wondering what exactly is happening, because it's the final, 2 days, 2 shows of the year, and I want something really big. So please tell us what's happening in there, Titi.
What's happening is we're preparing a dish that everyone will like. Now, we've had loads of jollof. We've had all those party, dirty December foods. Now we need to step it down and, start being a little more refined and intentional with our meals. We have Chef Ben here, and he is making some creamy fusilli
Seafood pasta.
Seafood pasta.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, we've had on display some amazing seafood. And Chef Ben has just put some vegetable oil into a deep pan now. If you missed the ingredients earlier on, we have some prawns here, we have calamari, we have filleted fish. We also have some broccoli and cauliflower. Now, this is fish seasoning, you called it?
Sure.
Fish seasoning.
Yeah.
Okay, it came in a cube, but
I crushed it.
You crushed it.
Yep.
I also saw you put the pasta to the boil as well. How long has that been on the heat?
This is 9 minutes, so you need 1 minute to be 10 minutes.
Okay,
Yep.
10 minutes
Yep.
for the pasta to be
done,
done.
yeah.
So what's next?
So we put our olive oil.
Okay.
The next thing we add our onions here.
Onions straight into the oil.
It's not really hot.
Okay. You want it to be hotter? Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll get hot in a second. Okay. So the onions straight in.
Yep.
And then what else goes in after the onions?
We add our prawns.
Prawns.
All our seafood, we're gonna add it here.
Okay. All the
together.
seafood.
Yeah. Except the fish for now.
So you leave the fish to last.
Yes.
What has happened to that seafood since then?
I marinate it just now.
Okay.
Because if it was to be grilled, I would have marinated it since like 2 hours ago.
Okay.
Because I'm going to cook it together with the pasta.
Okay.
So I have to marinate it now and send it to the fire.
There's still quite a few ingredients here that haven't been added to this dish yet. So we have all the seafood in there with the onion. But I can still see some ginger and garlic
yes.
here.
Yeah, sure.
What's happening with that?
I want this to be tender a bit before I add the ginger.
Okay, beautiful. Now, there was an ingredient we didn't introduce earlier on. What's this?
That is cooking cream.
Cooking cream.
That makes the pasta creamy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cooking cream. Yep.
All right. So many pasta dishes, once you have the cream, you don't really have the pepper. I know that this pepper is still standing by here. You're combining the both.
So we like pepper because the prawns alone need pepper also.
All right.
Yep.
So at this point, Chef Ben is straining the pasta. He did say it just needed 10 minutes. And if, for instance, it stays more than 10 minutes, what happens? Okay. All right, fantastic. Seafood is beginning to firm up.
Yep, so you add the fish.
Okay. It was only black pepper you added to this?
Yes, only.
No salt?
No salt.
All right, beautiful. At this point, we're going to be combining the rest of the vegetables, the cauliflower and the broccoli very soon. Then I think this is time. What is that?
This oregano spice.
Oregano spice is going to be joining all that in the deep dish pan there. We can't wait to see the finished product. Thank you so much, Chef Ben.
Welcome.
At this point, we're going to be giving you so much more right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Hello once again. Good morning. This is our, penultimate you call it? Penultimate edition of Wake Up Nigeria, the one before the last one in the year, and we have one goal in mind.
Yes, and this goal is to share all the excitement we have for the incoming year.
We have quite a lot of excitement, trust me. We're trying to just bubble it down, but the biggest source of inspiration we have had in the year is knowing that we never had to do this show alone.
Yes,
We've
every
always
single morning.
had you.
You guys are out there.
Yeah.
That's true. Now, we've had you guys come along with us since the very, very beginning, maybe even almost 4 years ago, up until the start of this year and up until now. We always say to you guys, thank you.
Yeah.
Gracias.
So, no pressure, but what exactly have you planned for the incoming year? Have you written it down? Have you stuck it on your bathroom wall? Is it on the ceiling? What exactly?
What have you decided for the
Me? Man, it's long ago.
I don't call them resolutions. I just say strategy.
No. Plans. But the
What
thing
you
is,
gonna do?
they're the deepest in my heart. You know? So I'm going to keep them between myself and God.
I get you.
And he hears me.
Amen.
No, my name has always been Titi the Dynamite Billionaire. And a billionaire, always, all day, all night, all year.
I started out on a journey this year to be sexier.
Oh, wow.
And I'm sure the director who always points out my pot belly to me a few months back has stopped doing that. So I'm on the right track.
Oh, wow.
I know I'm on the right track. Can I hear an amen?
Amen,
Thank you.
somebody.
Thank you.
All right. So, hey, remember, life is never one size fits all.
What's wrong with MM?
Never one stomach fits all. MM's look is epic.
She's jealous. It's the look of jealousy.
Wow.
Yes.
What was that?
I don't know. She tried to do the Mazzino worm. She didn't get it right.
No.
MM, you have to start from here.
Wow.
Turn to the side. Turn to the side like so. And then it's a wave.
Yeah.
That's the last time you guys have seen it this year. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. You should, is it patent or copyright
I'm
that?
definitely going to patent that.
Wow.
It's a Mazzino worm.
Oh, God, calm down, Jai. I beg. You're not the first person to lose belly fats.
Oh.
And yes, Chef Ben is still here, working his magic on that fusilli pasta. Oh, my world.
Smell that.
Ah.
Nice.
All right, guys. Over to you, Titi and Mazzino, because...
It smells so good already. We can't wait. And it's only the middle of the preparation. Wow. Anyhow.
Don't worry. I've already called security to make sure that the pot is secure from Mazzino. My name is Titi Laya Owens.
My name is Mazzino Appeal. And of course, do remember you want to stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect, where we are going to be picking a winner right now.
Yes,
a couple of minutes, actually.
We have quite a lot of gifts still to give away. We are on GOTV channel 27 or UHF channel 49. And of course, you can always download the TVC app to watch us from anywhere in the world in 2023.
Yes.
Yes, so.
Two things we have to clarify. First off, I know we have a winner coming, but we've had this argument since morning, and everybody seems to be jumping in on it. What color is this, MM, please?
What color is he wearing? What color?
Go on.
Peach.
It's not
You can't carry on and go where we don't know.
It's not red, Mazzino.
No, it's not red.
It's not red.
This is red.
It's closer to blood orange.
Blood orange.
Yeah.
But it's not burnt orange. This is red.
It's not burnt orange. It's blood orange.
No. I have to protest.
This debate has to end.
I have to protest.
Now.
What is this?
That is cream. That is. It's not even crimson.
Hey, what? Can you guys see this? It's red. This is a shade of red.
Okay, maybe it's a shiny red.
This is a royal red.
You know what? Whatever your TV
red.
screen is showing you right now, please tell us on Facebook. Use our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TV.
What's the RGB?
But you know what? We have to read out the name of the winner for today. Now, we did say earlier on, the first person to send a comment on our post for this morning, which came up about 42 minutes ago, and the name.
Hey, wait. We had someone who sent in a comment like this, but the person is also in charge of our sound.
Oh, wow.
Wait. I was threatened that if I do not call his name as the winner, because he is indeed the first person to comment this morning. What did he even say? What did he say?
Okay, so you know what? You know, the interesting thing is the post went up 42 minutes ago. And that person
mention his name. He's not the winner.
46 minutes ago. And I'm confused.
It's witchcraft.
How did you
it's witchcraft.
comment 46 minutes ago when the post went up 42 minutes ago?
Sorry, Solu, we're sorry, you're a scam.
Sorry, a scam.
Friends and families are not allowed to participate. Is my mic still working? Because he's in charge of our mic.
Oh, dear me. Well, 32 minutes ago, we had a comment from Buki Badejo, and she says here, a parent should be strict and honest in all. Congratulations to Buki Badejo. You are our winner for this morning. We have an interesting gift pack for you, courtesy our Wake Up Nigeria giveaways.
Sorry, Solu.
Season.
Navis.
Wow.
Try again next year.
Please just take note. It was all
what
him.
What is she winning, though?
So I will confirm that, and we will read out what you have won, Buki, before the end of the show. Yes?
So I would.
Wow, Mr. Solu, please, we are sorry now. We are sorry. Please put on his sound, put on his microphone, please. We apologize, Mr. Solu.
Okay.
You know what? At this point, while we go and beg Mr. Solu with small chops, please let's take the weather.
Welcome back for the news for the second hour here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mazino Appeal. Now let's start from the nation's capital, where the Nigerian Senate steps down President Buhari's request to approve 22.7 trillion naira of ways and means advances for further legislative action. But the Senate approved 819 billion naira to be excised over a 40-year tenure with an interest rate of 9% from an additional 1 trillion ways and means advance. The approved money is scheduled to fund the 2022 supplementary budget already approved by the National Assembly. National Assembly correspondent Tijesu Adeoye reports.
Wednesday's plenary at the Upper Legislative Chamber turned rowdy when it was time to consider its Finance Committee's report on Mr. President's request of 22.7 trillion naira and an additional 1 trillion naira for ways and means advances. President Buhari had, in a letter to the Senate last week, explained that the Ways and Means advances by the Central Bank of Nigeria to the federal government has been a funding option to the federal government to cater for short-term or emergency finance to fund delayed government expected cash receipts of fiscal deficit.
That these Senate do receive and consider the report of the Senate Committee on Finance on the report of restructuring of ways and means advances 2023. Mr. President, distinguished colleague, I so move.
The lawmakers made reference to their standing rules, the Constitution, and the CBN Act, arguing that the committee's report does not contain the details for which the monies will be expended and as such should be considered unconstitutional.
I don't know where the law comes from, where we have to spend money or restructure expenditures through ways and means.
Mr. President, it will be an abuse of our personal selves and against our privilege that we come here and it was requested that we have spent this money on behalf of Nigerians.
After an executive session, the Senate stepped down Mr. President's request for further legislative scrutiny, only permitting 819 billion naira to fund the 2022 supplementary budget.
It is only right that, having agreed at the closed session, that we take it as we agreed in the closed session. And the understanding in the closed session was that the 819 will be excised.
The Senate urged the relevant agencies, including the Central Bank of Nigeria, to appear before its committee with its necessary documents of expenditure for further scrutiny and legislative action. Tijesu Adeoye, TVC News.
Earlier on, we mentioned Buki as the winner of this particular gift pack. Buki Badejo, well done for commenting on our post first. We appreciate you. And we're going to show that appreciation from this gift pack. Please make your way over to the station, TVC Communications. That's on Continental Way off CMD Road in Lagos. We can't wait to meet you. At this point, we have birthday shout out.
You are welcome. Thanks for staying with us. Guys, we have brought you so much on the show. We've brought you food, music, fun and laughter. Now let's study. Yes, it's our book chat segment. And of course, with me on the couch is the author of 14 Days MBA, Bolaji Babalola. He's also a business and leadership development coach and a capacity building strategist. You are welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being here. Yes. I'm going to tell business owners, if you're a business owner, an aspiring business owner, this is a crash course for you. Trust me. Not just the book now, but what you're about to learn in the next few minutes. The book, 14 Days MBA, talks about step-by-step principles of mastering the art of business administration. Yeah. Now, your first chapter here in the book talked about administration and skills. Yeah. And this is something I know very well, right? A lot of business owners focus more on the skills and the talents that they have, which they are depending on to build their business. But administration or the administrative side of it is one aspect that a lot of them lack or do not even have an idea of, and you focused here on it. So expatiate more.
All right. Thank you very much one more time for having me. You know, I've seen quite, and I know a lot of people would have seen this as well. You see people, they are not as good as you are where your business is concerned, and they make more money. It seems they are well known. So you wonder, I can even do better than this person, but it seems this person is known, I'm not known. It's because some people focus so much on the skill set, on the skill side of it, and they ignore the administrative part. And to build structure and system for a business, that's what makes it last. It's not just because you could do it. A lot of people can do what you do, but what makes it last? That's why a lot of business do not go beyond 2 years, 5 years at max, and you hear we have this problem, we have that problem. It's because they've not paid attention to the administrative part. In that book, I shared the story of 2 women. And it's not a story I heard, it's a story I witnessed over 10 years ago, of one that they were both in fashion business, one very good at what she does, very good, but she lacks the administrative side of it. But the other one wasn't even that good, but she's good at organizing things, at putting things together. So she got people working for her. She doesn't even know how to sew, as a then, you know, and within 5 years, she had several outlets in the city of Ibadan. Yes, and the other one, after 5 years, I didn't even know where she was.
Now, there was also something that you said here that got my attention. A lot of people really also do not have the resources to get the right administrative, put the right administrative structure in order. Right. You want to talk more on that?
Okay. Yes. Actually, in the book, I stated, okay, let me use this to start. As human beings, we are an embodiment of systems, and our bone serves as a structure. Remove the bone, the whole body comes down like a cloth, right? So that's exactly the first thing everyone must do when starting a brand, a company, an enterprise, whatever. Make sure there is a system in place that runs and the structure. That doesn't cost much. That's the truth. It doesn't cost much to put system in place. And I mentioned 3 important departments that every business owner, they must have. One is sales and marketing, because if you don't make money, your business is out, right? And the other is operation, the back-end process, the front-end process, because most times the things we see in front, we see on the outside, there are some things that go behind that manages them, you understand? And the third is the finances, how you manage the funds that come in, which is important. So I think every business, it might be a $10 monthly income business, it might be $1,000, I don't care. These 3 departments are very vital when it comes to running a business.
Now let's talk about what is business. Here you pointed out what business is, and then there are a few other things that you also pointed out here, which also talked about how to introduce yourself as a business person when you meet someone. Tell us more on this.
Okay, let's start with what business is. It's value trade. People do not understand that. They just think, let's set up something and just sell something. No, you're offering value, which you intend to get value in return, right? If you give value and you don't get it in return, that's scam. That means that's not business, right? So it's important. Then again, you know, I've seen this on and on. People ask, okay, probably we're at a social gathering and someone says, oh, hi, what do you do? Then I hear people go, I'm a baker. I'm a photographer, I'm this. No.
I'm a fashion designer.
Yes, a fashion designer. That's a wrong answer to that question. The question is, what do you do, not who are you? And a lot of people do not take note of this. When they ask, who are you? Yes, you can tell me, oh, hi, my name is so-so-so, I'm a capacity development strategist. You can tell that. But when it comes to what do you do, the first thing you should do is to sell yourself. Everyone is selling. So if you can do well at selling, you can do well in business. So someone says, what do you do? So as a photographer, you can say, I help people preserve memories. I create memories and I preserve them, or I project corporate and individual brands. You know, if you meet me for the first time and I ask you, what do you do? And you tell me that, the next question I'm going to ask is, so who exactly are you? That's where it now goes to who are you? Then you can now tell me I'm a photographer. Immediately you say that, I separate you from all the photographers in my database, because all the photographers in my database, they just take pictures. That's what a normal man thinks, yes. But when you say that, it makes me look at you in a different way, exactly. So you just portrayed the value you trade with. So you've just traded with me. So I now reciprocate.
Understanding the value of your business is very important.
Very,
That's
very
what I'm getting
important.
from that. Quickly, we have to wrap this up in a bit. Here you also pointed out the simple W's and H's.
The 5 W's and H, yes.
Business, of every business.
Yeah.
Quickly, break it down to
All
us.
right. There are 5 W's every business owners must pay attention to. Number one is what? What exactly do we do? And this, you just have to sit down and write out this question. I won't have time to explain everything. They are right there in the book. So what exactly do we do? What should we be known for? What are the things we're projecting? Then the second, not in that order. Yes, the second is who. Who are we? Who are our target? If you don't know your customer segment, then you are not really in business. Then where exactly should we be? Because it works in Nairobi, Kenya. Like I stated, that doesn't mean it will work in Lagos, Nigeria. So you must ask, where exactly should we be? Should we be online? Should it be a physical store? A lot of people want physical store when their product will sell better online, So then you have when exactly. There's a timing to everything. Some business will do well in winter, some will do well in summer, some will do well, you know what I mean, they do well at night, some do well in the morning. So when should we launch out? When should we go hard? Then what's the final one? We have what, who, when, where, why. That is very important. Your why, the why of the business. That was why I mentioned two kinds of entrepreneurs, the survival mode and the significant mode, right? So you must know your why, because at the end of the day, that's what keeps you running. And the final one, which is the H, is how. Exactly.
Fantastic. We have prioritization here, which I think is a very key element in every business. A lot of people really don't know how to prioritize. So quickly.
I tell people, we talk about time management, but for me, I really don't think it's time management. I think it's self-management. Yes, because we all have 24 hours, and you can't, no matter how much you manage it, you can't multiply yours. You still have 24 hours. So the way you manage yourself. So Eisenhower matrix there explains about those things that are urgent and important. Some things are important, but they are not urgent. Some things are urgent and they're extremely important. Then the fourth one says some things are not urgent, they are not important. Unfortunately, many entrepreneurs, many of them, they spend time on things that are not urgent and not important, right? So once you can categorize this, your daily act, your daily task into this 4 segments, then you know which one to put your money on, which one to put your time on, which one to put your focus on, because there are some things you do, like the Pareto principle, there are things you do that will give you 80%, 20% of the things you do will give you 80% of your result. Now, unfortunately, people focus on 20%, on 80% that will give them 20%. And that's counterproductive. So look for the 20% that will give you 80% of the result and focus on that.
Wow. I mean, I told you guys when we started this segment that this was going to be a crash course, and I wasn't wrong at all. Thank you so much, Bolaji, for doing this with us this morning. This is a very impactful book, and it's very important for all business owners and aspiring business owners as well. Well done. We have to go on a quick break now. People, Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit. When we come back, we'll be in the kitchen.
Wow, whoa!
They didn't catch me dancing, did they?
No, they didn't. Thankfully. If not, they might have tuned out before seeing this amazing food.
Oh my God. About this food, Elim said something when she got here. I said to her, I want to get in there. She says, I can see you swimming in there. See, I'm big breaststrokes in that meal.
Yeah, a lot of seafood innuendos there. Chef Ben is in the kitchen. I am so pleased that we could come up with this in such a quick time. You know, everybody's been doing jollof. Now we have some seafood pasta.
Yeah, so Bolaji, welcome to the kitchen. Please.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Try it. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
I already know what you're going to think. It's amazing.
There's a lot of holiday cheer that went into that meal, so enjoy it.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Enjoy it?
Chef Ben.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Oh.
This is delicious.
Nice.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
amazing. Please go ahead.
I think we're going to see it again.
Yeah, let's please.
Alrighty.
Man. We should just be saying goodbye and all, but I want to say first off, thank you to everybody. Personally, this is my appreciation. Everybody, Mr. Shegs, thank you very much. Halima, Mr. Kazim, Mr. Akin. Wow. Where's Juju? Juju is here. Soliu! Soliu! Everybody, thank you for an amazing... Alaja. Thank you very much, Mr. Aremu. Mr. Are you ready? Always in our ear. Thank you, everybody. There's still one more show to go, and I'm sure there's plenty to come. Yes, Watch out for the Lollipop Awards tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
It's happening tomorrow. You guys are going to love this one. Very many awards to be giving out.
Yeah, and that's it on the show, people. Thank you to all our guests. And see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye.